Hey guys, it's Mr. Fournier. This week we're going to be starting to talk about mixtures and solutions. That's part of properties of matter, whether something is soluble, which means it dissolves easily into something else. But on mixtures and solutions, mixtures are when you combine two or more things together. And a solution is a special type of mixture that whenever you mix it together, it undergoes changes in the physical properties, such as salt dissolving in water. And the physical properties of the solution result from a combination of the physical properties of its parts. Meaning, for instance, when you put salt into water, the water is going to taste salty, even though the salt may dissolve in the water and is really not visible to the naked eye. And then a mixture is like when you mix some things together, such as a salad or iron filings and sand. They maintain their physical properties, and you can use their physical properties to separate them. Like, for instance, iron filings, they're magnetic. You could take a magnet, put it in there, and pull it all out. And today I'm going to try to, in the kitchen here, I'm going to try to make a special mixture using food. Okay? We're going to have mixtures and solutions. And hopefully by the time, whenever we're done, you will understand the difference between a solution and a mixture. Okay? And we'll be using many vocabulary words today. Okay, here we are again. These are going to be the solids we're going to put in our mixture. I have some red potatoes that I'm going to slice up some. I'm also going to throw my wife has requested some broccoli steamed in there. So I'm going to put some broccoli in there. Broccoli's good for you, a lot of vitamin A. It's a solid, right? Solid. And if you look, wait a minute, before I touch this hot pot, I probably need to get some gloves. Be back in just a second. Okay, so right now in here we have a mixture of bacon and then my chicken broth. See if we can see this a little better. There you go. So we have a liquid and a solid. And actually earlier we had gas, right? Until we vented it off. So I'm going to put it back in here. We're going to put more into our mixture. Okay, here's the first part of my mixture. So you're gonna have like a solution and a mixture, and you'll have a liquid, solids, and by the time we're through, we'll have liquid, solid, and gas all in this pot right here because I'm gonna seal it off. So we've got some bacon in here right now that I cooked. Let me pull it up with this spatula real quick. See that? Okay, that's bacon. I know everybody loves bacon. So that's a solid that we're going to have in there. And also those little particles that you see down there that kind of stuck to the bottom, those are solids also. And then we're going to add some more ingredients here in a second. And by the time we're through, you'll have a liquid, a solid, and a gas. And remember your difference between liquids, solids, and gases. And because the differences you remember are the solids, such as the bacon there, has a definite shape and a definite volume. The liquid will have a definite volume, but it will take the shape of this container that we're going to put it in, and then whenever gas, when the gas gets created, because it's going to apply enough heat, thermal energy, remember, to where you will turn the water into water vapor. Okay, I don't know if you can see this part of our mixture that we're going to have here, but it's like a chicken broth, and it's got, I froze it all because from like some chicken soup or something that I made previously, I saved the broth from it, and if you notice, I froze it here. Okay, so it's frozen right now, and then we're going to get it hot enough, we're going to add heat to it, which is going to make the temperature rise to its melting point, which the water in here will melt at 0 degrees Celsius. Remember, the melting point, the temperature for the melting point and the freezing point are the same, 0 degrees Celsius. So I'm going to end up putting this in here in this liquid. So I'm going to dump it in right here into my pot. I'm going to put it in there, and then later on we're going to add a little more heat to it, okay? I'm going to put it in here just a little bit. And I'm going to, if you notice right now, I put it in there with the bacon and the other drippings. We'll call them drippings. So what happened was, I put that in there as like a cube of ice by chicken broth, the one with all the flavorings in there, and it melted and it turned to steam. And it built up a pressure in the pot. So now I'm going to release the whole steam, all the steam. You can see it real good right there. Now that's just the water coming out. That's the same thing. That's evaporating. That's the same principle as like in the water cycle, how it evaporates and goes up into the air. Now, let me see if I can find something that'll make it condense again. Here's my phone. I know I'm taking a risk. Wait a minute. Let me go get a mirror. Okay, so I borrowed my wife's mirror. And the mirror on the temperature of this, oh, it's a little dirty. Let me wipe it off. Okay, so this mirror, the temperature on it is going to be low enough, remember, less than 100 degrees Celsius, that the steam will condense on the mirror and it should form a liquid on there. See that? See the water forming on there? That's called condensation. So remember, when it gets below 100 degrees Celsius, that's when that happens. I'm going to go ahead and finish venting off the rest of it, and then I'll pour the rest of the mixture into this. Okay, you can also possibly see, and you can also hear in there, steam is already built up in here, and it's going to being released into, vented it off, and it's released into the atmosphere. So that's one of the states of matter we'll be working with. Okay, so this is what our final product looks like right here. And if you take a look at it, you'll see we have green beans, we have the bacon slices, we have potatoes, and we have that solution of water with the chicken broth, the flavorings in it. And if we evaporated the water out of there totally, we would have the dried flavorings left in the bottom. It's the same principle. Hold on just a second. As if you took those particles in the solution, the solids that are floating around in there, is the same principle, just as if you had salt and put in the water and then you evaporated it out, and what you had left behind is salt. Hopefully from this video, you understood the difference between a mixture and a solution. If you remember, the mixture is when you combine two substances together and they maintain their physical properties. A solution is where you take two substances that mix together and one dissolves or is soluble within the other. You have the solute, the solvent, and together they make the solution. Remember, you put the solute in, don't take the solute out, you put the solute in and then you shake it all about. The solvent takes it in, a solution you have made, and that's what it's all about. Alright, this is Mr. Fournier signing off. Remember, be where you're supposed to be, doing what you're supposed to be doing with the people you're supposed to be with.